Alright, welcome to Yin Yoga, and we'll be focusing on the outer thighs today. I think we'll call this class the Figure 4 class. So Figure 4, if you lean back into your hands, extend both legs, and come into a seated tree pose with that left knee bent, you start to feel the movements of the leg, that outer rotation of the hip. And if we cross that ankle over the thigh, we come into the traditional Figure 4. The true benefit of this stretch comes when we start to bend the right knee and bring the Figure 4 closer to the body. We can start to feel the sensations on the outer thigh that stretch and open and release both the low back and the thigh. Let's try the other side. Extend both legs. Right knee bends into tree pose. Feel any resistance or stickiness in the hip, even in tree pose. Cross it over the thigh, above the knee joints. And then start to bend the left knee and start to feel that Figure 4 activate the stretch in that right side. And maybe we'll have a strap handy today in today's class. So these are great preparations for things like pigeon or deer pose, and we'll certainly include those today. All right, let's come onto the back. You can grab a towel or a blanket for under the head. Grab a strap. And we'll start by bringing the knees together, feet apart, into traditional teepee pose. That kind of looks like this. Check your head position is natural. So the back of the neck is long, it's not shortened. And give the back body time to acclimate and release in a passive way any tension. So if in doubt with any of your stretches, this is a terrific initial go-to. TP pose. While we're here, ensure the shoulders are away from the neck. Gently turn the head to the right. Check the rotation of the neck. Bring the head to neutral, and then exhale the head to the left. Bring the head back to neutral as you extend the left leg and pick up the right knee. Squeeze the right knee in towards the ribs. Drive out through the left heel bone. Slow the breath down as you sustain this first movement of the Figure 4, knee back. Just a little bit of abdominal conditioning here. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lift the head up, bringing the nose towards the knee. This exaggerates the lower back stretch, adds a little bit of abdominal conditioning, and more importantly, it gives us a great position to reach down with the left hand and grab the right foot and pull it into pigeon pose on the back. Rest the head once again, squeezing into your pigeon pose here. So of course this is a great initial way into your figure four. Also prepares you for pigeon pose when we're up on our knees. Also prepares you for deer pose. Drop the shoulders, elongate the neck, turn the head to the right. So we keep reminding our neck to let go. We don't want the head and neck involved in these stretches. Inhale the head to neutral. Exhale the head to the left. Inhale the head to neutral and bend the left knee. Stand the left foot on the mat and come into our first figure four on the back. To release the left groin before we start, take the left hand onto the inner thigh and push it away. Just push that inner thigh away. Reach the right hand over the head so you open up that right rib cage. Keep the neck long. Toes curled back. Turn the head to the right. And then the left. Now bring the head to neutral, and we'll start to activate the figure four stretch simply through pulses here. Bring the right knee off the ground, or the left knee off the ground. Push the figure four towards you and back down to the ground. So exhale, lift up. Inhale, slowly lower down. No rush. Just activating that squeeze on the outer thigh. Exaggerate the squeeze using the hands. So you exhale, pick the knee up and pull the figure four towards you, and then release, bring it back down to the ground. Exhale, pick up and squeeze. Inhale, release, let it come back down to the ground. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. So giving those muscles time to get used to the stretch sensation before we hold. The next time you lift up, pause and hold. Squeeze and hold. Add a little more here by exhaling, lifting the head up. Reach the right hand through the figure four around the left shin. Join the left hand to the right hand against the shin, or use a strap if you can't reach. Keep the arms extended and slowly lay the head back down. So this is a lovely shoulder release too. And I like what you're doing there. We could use this time to release the left ankle by rotating it or pointing and flexing. It's a nice time to make use of a static hold like this. Let's take it to a different variation here. Exhale, pick the head up, and this time straighten the left leg up to the sky. So the hamstring gets a nice stretch here. Toes curl back. Grab the back of the hamstring with fingers or strap. Lay the head back down. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Keep the back of the neck long. Still holding the figure four, but also letting the left leg get a little release while we're here. Once again, you could point and flex the left foot if that feels appropriate. You could also windshield wiper that left foot, creating a different sensation in the ankle joint. And then dangle the shin, drop, release the left leg, release the right leg, and slowly extend the right leg out and the left leg. Come into Shavasana to feel the contrast between left and right side. Turn the head to the right. And then turn the head to the left. Bring the head to neutral. And bring the left knee up to the ribs, squeezing the left knee into the ribs. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, turn the head to the left. And then the right. Bring the head to neutral. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift the nose towards the knee and hold that abdominal crunch. Resist the temptation to shrug the shoulders. And then reach down with the right hand to capture the left foot, drawing and pulling it back into pigeon on the back. So starting to come into this hip, bend the right knee into your figure four. And push the right thigh away from you. Left arm over the head. Lengthening through the spine. Unclogging the pelvis, turn the head left. And then right. Bring the head back to neutral, release the arms. Figure 4 pulses without the hands. Lifting, exhale, lowering, inhale. Let the breaths be slow and deep. As you start to feel that muscle group warm up and stretch, the next time you lift, you can squeeze with the arms, exaggerating the sensation. Relax and release. Lift and squeeze. Inhale, relax and release. Exhale. Squeeze and hold. Relax the shoulders. Turn the head to the left. And then to the right. Inhale the head to neutral. Exhale, lift the head and thread the left hand through the eye of the figure 4. Clasp the hands around the right shin. Come on down slowly. Long neck. Relax shoulders. Just holding the figure 4 in this new configuration. Can release the neck as well. You can start to work that right foot if you haven't already. This time as you exhale, lift the head, straighten the right knee, clasp the hamstring with hands or strap, lay the head back down, shoulders away from ears, and you can continue that right ankle moving. Turn the head to the left. And then the right. Inhale the head to neutral, release the right knee, release the legs, release the figure 4, carefully come into Shavasana. Big let go for the hips. Bend the knees, bring the left hand under the head, roll to the left, curl up into fetal pose. Then come up onto all fours. facing the top of the mat. Try a little cat and cow. And let's see what the figure four has done from here. Slide the right knee forward to that right wrist. Slide the right foot under the left hip. Curl the toes of the left foot and start to walk the left knee back. And just notice how much the figure four has opened up that right thigh. Come into a delicious stretch here. And then point the toes into your traditional pigeon. And then walk your hands back a little bit into proud pigeon. So you feel the torso lift up here. Shoulders back, low back engages. Flower, open the chest. And we're going to do little prostrations here, little bows. So bringing the head down towards the ground, support the hands with the hands. And then inhale, come up. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Open up the chest, lift the chin. Try that again. Exhale, prostrate down. Inhale up. Now you can bring blocks under the fingers if you like, under the hands. Sometimes that can be more productive. Exhale down. Inhale up. Squeeze. Now as you come down this time, come down onto the elbows. If the right thigh is too high, if it's too uncomfortable on the right thigh, pad the right hip, the right buttock with a blanket or a towel. Let the head come down. Stack your fists firstly. Stack your fists and rest your forehead on stacked fists. As you acclimate, maybe you change that to stacked hands. Or all the way to the mat. Walk the arms away from the head if you like, creating a big stretch through the shoulders. Stay at the level that's productive for you. If it's too intense, come back. Slide the hands back, come up slowly, and lean into the right sit bone. Left hand on the hip. Bend both knees 90 degrees so that the front shin is now parallel to the top of the mat. Excellent. Bring that left shoulder back. Look up to the sky and lift that left hand. And do two big circles here with that left arm. How about two big circles in each direction? And then bring the torso down onto that front thigh. And you want to have both elbows planted here. So your right thigh and your elbows are supporting the weight of the torso. If the left elbow is not grounded, could you bring a blanket underneath it? Drop the head towards that right knee. And then start to walk the hands away from the head into deer pose. Create your antlers here. Walk the hands back under the shoulders and slowly come up onto your sit bones. And you might extend both feet to the top of the mat here. Noticing the contrast between the left and right legs, left and right hips. Windshield wiper the feet side to side. And even noticing the rotation of the foot on each side. Noticing if there's more rotation in the side we just stretched. Take the weight into the hands, bring the knees back and lift the feet up. And we'll just do some leg extensions here. Engaging the core. And slowly come down, preparing for the other side. Start with cat and cow. Slide the left knee forward and pivot the left foot under the right hip. Curl the toes of the right foot and walk your right knee back, this time bringing stretch sensation into that front left hip. Point the toes of the back foot. Exhale, bring the forehead down towards the ground. Inhale, straighten the arms and walk the hands back a little bit. Push down through the back foot. The back right hip pushes down as you arch back into proud pigeon. Shoulders come back, shoulder blades squeeze as you lift the chin. Let's do a few more of those. Drop the head towards the ground. Lift up, proud pigeon. And one more after that in your own time. Support the left thigh with a blanket or a towel if you wish. And the next time you come down onto your elbows. Just feeling that left outer hip. Stack your hands, stack your fists, Rest your head on stacked fists. Stacked hands if that helps. You can bring the head all the way down to the ground if you like, and then reach the arms out. Bring the hands back, straighten the arms to lift you, and come on to the left buttock, right hand on hip. Bending both knees 90 degrees. Lift that right hand to the heaven and create two big shoulder circles here in each direction. Scoop the flesh from the left side of the belly as you drop onto your elbows over that front thigh, bringing your nose towards the knee. Walk your hands out away from the head. Walk your hands back. Lifting up the torso, extend the legs to the top of the mat. Windshield wiper the feet from side to side, and notice the increase in rotation that we create through that outer hip stretch. Bend the knees, have the feet nice and wide, and start to windshield wiper the feet, the knees from side to side. Being careful on the inner thighs here as you rock from one side to the other. Let the As the knees come to the right, let the left hand trail around and create a nice spinal twist. And as the knees come to the other side, switch. Just moving from side to side, releasing the spine after all that work. The next time the knees come to the left and the right hand comes around, pause. And then drop down onto your elbows in that twist. Start to straighten the arms, bringing the hands back slowly. And facing the top of your mat. Bring the knees to the other side. Bring that other hand down, come onto your elbows and hold twisted sphinx on this side. And then slowly make your way back up. And we'll come into a double abduction here with butterfly, just giving the inner thighs a little leaf here. If you have a bolster, you can rest your head on the bolster. As you bring the head forward, it increases the stretch of the adductors. If your low back feels rounded, you can take a blanket or a towel and sit on the edge of that to tilt the pelvis slightly forward. That makes a big difference to the stretch. Every now and then you can see if the head can come lower by moving the base of the bolster further out. Slowly come up, using your hands to lift you up. And remove your bolster to one side as you pick the knees up and slowly straighten the legs out. So we've done a lot of work on the outer thighs and a little bit on the inner thighs. We'll continue with the inner thighs again with half frog. So not too intense. So take a towel or a blanket. If you're on a carpeted floor, you're right, but if you don't have a carpeted floor, bring a towel or blanket onto the right side of your mat. Mid-mat level. And starting tabletop. Drop down to the elbows and come into child pose. As you start to feel child pose come to its close, bring the weight forward onto the elbows, extend the knees back, drop the hips, and bring the right knee out onto your blanket or towel, 90-degree bend at the hip and the knee. Come into goalpost arms with the side of the head resting preferably on the mat, but if that's too uncomfortable, try resting it on a blanket or a towel, or even maybe not a block, it might be too high. Whatever works. If that's too intense for the neck, stack the hands and rest the forehead on the stacked hands. Bring both hands behind the back. Left hand grabs the right wrist like a handcuffed position. Relax the shoulders and see if you can push that right knee a little further out. Bring your awareness into the back of the neck and the shoulders. Encourage them to relax. Release the hands if you haven't already. And stack the hands. Rest your forehead on the stacked hands. And roll from temple to temple. See if you can push that right knee a little further out. And then release the right knee back to the mat. Feel that right hip. Bring your hands back, push up onto all fours, and create a little cat and cow. Turn your head to the right, turn your head to the left. And then prepare for the other side. Come down onto the elbows, extend the legs, drop the hips, bring the left knee out onto the side. And come into goalpost arms on this side. Handcuff position. Relax the shoulders. Extend that left knee a little further out. Adjust if anything doesn't feel right. Release the hands into goalposts. Stacking the hands, I should say. Resting the forehead on stacked hands. Move the neck gently to release. You might move that left knee out a little further. And then gently bring that left knee back. And use crocodile pose to close out your session today. Use it as your shavasana. And as you feel the earth underneath the belly, become aware of the effects of your yoga today. As you slowly bring the hands under the ribs, push up onto all fours. A little cat and cow. And then exhale into child pose. Namaste.